at its core, Quantcast hasn't really changed a lot. We basically started off as a big data company, and we still are. So here's kind of like how we started off. Like, our founder had a vision about online digital advertising and saying, well, you know, there is a better way to really truly drive performance. But in order to actually do that, you have to basically really understand how to measure audiences and truly get good insights around audiences. And so that's why when Quantcast originally was founded in the mid-2000s, our core product for many years was basically our measurement product. So what do? We essentially have a free measurement pixel that any publisher can take and load up on their websites. And as a result of that, we offer deep analytics and insights for a publisher. You know, basic demographics, but a lot of other interesting insights. For example, before the last election cycle, we offered political affiliation. So that, we believe, by offering really rich analytics and insights, we enable publishers to then essentially tweak or enhance their content strategy based on the data we provide. If you think of the early days of this business, people just sold impressions, remnant impressions, but now it's no longer a remnant impression play. It's essentially, how do I sell audiences? That's where Quantcast comes in. So going back to our big data origins, we see essentially, on average, every consumer in the US online, like basically around 800 to 900 times a month. That gives us unbelievable modeling capabilities. And so we, again, going back to our big data, we have the largest proprietary data set out there. We process around 30 petabytes of data every day, and that allows us, we believe, by far to have the best, for example, demographic targeting data out there. And so that's one of the things that we've enhanced our publisher offering with, is along with our free measurement product, we actually will enable those publishers to use our demographic data for targeting, but thereby giving them a tremendous lift in their monetization efforts. So that's one of the examples of how we've really helped improve our publisher product.
And you know, here we cover a lot about video, and video is a fast-growing medium. Tell us a little bit about how you guys help publishers target video, if you do.
Well, it's the same way, right? I mean, in general, so at its core, right now with publishers and their video product, it's basically the same thing, which is essentially we will give them, you know, there's a couple of different integration types, but essentially we will give them the data, especially in the video. It's most relevant, right? Because if you, the biggest pie is essentially moving traditional media dollars online and selling it on an audience or GRP basis. So demographics become even that much more important for video versus display. And so it's actually the same product, but I think it's that much more valuable in the video space, is offering them best-in-class demographic data. We started off with measurement as you know, our first product on the publisher side, but that was, you know, ultimately to get to a proprietary data set that essentially would enhance digital advertising. And so basically, you know, all of this information we collect is anonymized, and really it's basically all about how do you essentially build really good modeling capabilities. So that, using that big data set has given us tremendous capabilities. We drop a pixel on an advertiser's site, you know, to track conversions, and based on that conversion data, we're able to, again, based on our modeling capabilities, predict very well essentially what the propensity of different consumers on the web in relation to their you know, response to certain advertising. So that basically, we're now one of the biggest buyers on most exchanges, and you know, everyone else, we like to think about it as everyone else is fighting over the retargeting space, and we clearly are a retargeting company. We retarget basically cookies for a given advertiser, but what we really bring to bear is the ability to go up a funnel and really do unbelievable, amazing lookalike modeling that essentially gives advertisers access to a whole set of new consumers that they didn't have access to before. We call on both clients and agencies. We are at its core, again, because of our data, we believe we can make advertising truly relevant for consumers and advertisers. And so as a result of that, our original product was performance. And so at its core, that's what we mostly do right now, which is essentially anyone who basically has a very clear goal on what they're trying to achieve in relation to the advertising. We have that ability to essentially model, do lookalike modeling, and then buy in real time on exchanges and be really accurate in essentially doing both retargeting and then moving up a funnel and building a new consumer group for that advertiser. I would just say that that's how we started off a few years ago, like I think approximately 4 years ago, in relation to our core performance product. But we've grown big enough that our advertisers are asking us, thinking of us as a partner and saying, give us a full suite of offerings. And so since that point, we now have a video product. We just launched our first mobile demographic targeting product. And so we're really becoming a partner for a number of large advertisers and agencies in offering a full suite of products.